Yeah, hi everyone, it's Billy here again from 47 Wolves, All I Am. I hope you're really well and everyone's healthy. Just thought I'd get on here a little bit, probably overdue, to give you an update on my condition, my cancer journey, where we're going and what's been happening. So I've been out of hospital now for about just over 6 weeks and feeling good. Put on probably about 10 kilos since I bottomed out at my lowest weight when I didn't look real good, apparently. No, I didn't. Put on about 10 kilos. I'm out and about now. We're walking. We're probably up to about 7Ks most days, not every day. Still a little bit up and down from my tightness in the stomach, but that's to be expected. I'm starting to do a little bit more physically, which is good. So feeling good. As most or some of you will know, from the last video, I decided to not go down the chemotherapy path. It was, for my way of thinking, was a preventative. So it was all the talk was about trying to negate the percentages of it coming back within the next 5 years, and I made that decision based on the loose statistics that they gave me, that it was in my best interest to not necessarily go down 6 months of chemo and put my way of thinking, and from all the research, potentially put my body in jeopardy or for my immune system. So anyway, I'm really comfortable with that decision. Doing some protocols, herbal teas, and just my diet and exercise. So that's the physical side, but also mentally, remaining positive. I'm meditating. I'm doing my breath work. I'm grounding. I'm getting in the exercise is not just physical, but it's a mental thing, and it's also energetically getting out in nature. So I really do believe that all works, and that's all healthy for us anyway, regardless of if you're overcoming something or just in life. One of the things that I come to realise whilst I was in hospital was that I co-created this cancer, in effect, by not looking after myself entirely. Whilst I thought I was eating fairly healthy, ultimately I was overexerting myself, and the stress and putting myself under pressure. And anyone that's been to Queensland here in Australia in the summer, this summer was quite brutal. A lot of people were saying the temperatures were highish, but it was the humidity. But yeah, as we do when we're busy, we work through it, and we just continually keep pushing through, and ultimately I feel like that contributed to me getting the cancer and neglecting my body. I didn't listen to myself, and when my digestive system was on the wane, and I was struggling with that, I explored didn't even think of cancer, to be honest. I thought I might be I ended up being anemic, but I thought I might be going down the gluten intolerant path or celiac. So I was doing all sorts of changes to my diet, trying to work it out. But anyway, we got there. I think for me, talking to a lot of people in the last number of months, both in hospital and out, it's really been interesting watching or listening to people talking about I don't know what's happening globally or energetically, and I know you would have seen on my podcast, astrologically, there's a lot of changes and shifts going on, and it seems to be that a lot of people's lives are turning upside down, and that's not being over dramatic. There's been a lot of changes, a lot of realizations that things aren't working for us, and me in particular, that's been the case. Obviously, pushed to these extremes, and I guess reflecting back on the time where we went into hospital and I was told I had 1 to 4 hours to live and they had to rush me in, gave me a brief half an hour for us to reflect. I don't mind admitting I talked to God and prayed, and told him her that I did have more to live for and more goals to achieve, and really reflected on being 54, what I hadn't done. And whilst that was the case, I also accepted that I might not come out of surgery. So having that reflection time I can talk about it now without crying, but it was quite emotional. I remember Loretta, they allowed Loretta to wheel me in right to the operating bed or theatre, and we said our goodbyes, not knowing whether that was the final one. So, yeah, having got through that, and then all the complications in hospitals with the infections, and initially being told I'd be in hospital for 5 months or so, 4 or 5 months, or months and months, as they said, and then requiring surgery. For me to be able to walk out of there 3 weeks later without any antibiotics, clear of the infection, was a real testimony to the staff there, the nurses, the infectious team, the surgeons, and everyone involved. But I also feel like you guys contributed with your love, the kindness. I got a lot of visits, a lot of messages and phone calls, a lot of healings from people who do various modalities, and it was well received. I really loved that, and it was one of the things I learnt through that period is to learn to receive and with an open heart, and that I do deserve all that came, and I really love every single one of you that came, that contributed to that. In saying that, I really had time to reflect, and one of the things I decided from the day they told us I'd be in hospital for a few months or months and months, and they didn't really give us a time frame. They just said it was going to be really long term. So for me to initially the shock of that, but then quickly turn that around and go, okay, well, if I'm going to be in here for months and months, I'm going to make the most of it. What can I do? And I figured, well, I'll do more reading. I'll make the most of this, and I also wanted to make sure that I did everything I could to get better as quick as I could. Didn't really have a time frame or healing, but I didn't focus on that. I just focused on making sure my energy and frequency levels were high, that I remained positive in the mind, and I truly believe that contributed. I was up walking. I didn't quite pretend or in my head that I was better or had healed, but I certainly wasn't sitting there wallowing or in self-pity. I didn't feel like that kind of energy was going to achieve anything or do anything for me. So day in, day out, at times it was a struggle. There were a few hurdles in there, but I quickly flicked the switch and flipped the script and made sure that didn't stay long term. Go through that challenge or that opportunity but with each obstacle or challenge, I really learned a lot from it. Throughout that period, I had a time to, and it might sound over dramatic here, but I really had time to reflect on who I am and who I want to be. And what I've come to realization is that I sort of died of sorts. And what I mean by that is my old self died, reflecting on who I was and who I wanted to let go, and parts of me that weren't serving me, and weren't achieving anything. And I really made a promise to myself: if I get out of this hospital alive and have these opportunities, I'm going to start moving forward to what I really want to do, what makes my heart sing. So I've had a lot of time to reflect, and so I guess it was a little bit of a rebirth of sorts. Anyone that's been through near death or had those opportunities, when you listen to them, they do all say that they had that chance to reflect, and moving forward, let's not waste a moment or a day of our lives, and let's get on with it. So it's been a beautiful journey, a beautiful opportunity for me to re-explore who I am. So I'm taking every ounce of that with all that I've got, and moving forward. In the 6 weeks that I've been out of hospital, physically I haven't been able to do a lot. It's only in the last couple of weeks I've started walking, like I said before. So I've had a fair bit of time on my hands, so I've been doing a lot of reading and reflecting, and it's been fantastic. So I've decided moving forward I'm going to utilise the modalities that I've got. For those that don't know, I've worked for the police for 15 years, so I've got a lot of life skills, dealt with a lot of, I guess we wore a lot of hats taking 000 calls, but your counselling, your mediating, your negotiating, you put a lot of hats on for people who are suicidal, depression, domestic violence. So along with that, I've had my spiritual journey. So Ho'oponopono and Reiki energy, and medical intuitive with the beautiful Jean Sheehan. Yeah, I've done so many different modalities, learnt to meditate, and went over to America and learnt from the Huichol tribe, the Native Americans from Mexico, on conscious walking, on grounding, and really getting in touch with nature, and energetically and physically and spiritually. So I think all that's put me in good stead for where I'm heading. I want to expand on that. I've worked on the power of the mind, and I really reflected on those weeks in hospital where I was able to overcome that, and what got me through, and how much influence we can have on ourselves, and exploring all that. And continuing to do so. I'm going to be doing some informal studies over the next number of weeks, and I really want to. My next step will be able to. I worked out my why, and my why, upon exploring, was that I really want to help people. I really want to, moving forward, be able to help people realise their best selves and their potential, overcome adversity, and work through their challenges too, and get their mindset changed and their heart space changed to become their best version. So I'm really looking forward to that, and I feel like now is the best time for me to finally, and I've probably, in reflection, procrastinated. I've had my self-doubts, and am I good enough, or what have I got to offer, all that, and talking to a few close confidants and friends and beautiful people, it's really made me reflect and get the confidence to move forward in that direction, and I'm really excited and looking forward to that. So I guess I'll finish here, and once again, thank you everyone for your continued support and love and the kindness. It just doesn't seem to stop. I've just had so many messages and phone calls and people checking in on me, so I thought I'd put this up here just to give everyone an update. Ultimately, it's hard to get to everyone, but love to you all. Thank you so much for your support and love, and I look forward to seeing some of you soon. And I'll give you an update in the next week or so. I've got some blood tests and scans coming up tomorrow, and a booking with the surgeon next Thursday to talk about what's next. Hopefully we can talk about the reversal of the stoma. They initially said 3 to 6 months, so but that was before all the infections and potential there. Last time I spoke to him about a month ago, he was concerned that he may not be able to do it due to the fact that potentially the damage that got done. So the scans are part of that, and to also check in and see if I've got, hopefully I'm still all clear of cancer. So I'll keep going. We'll keep climbing our mountain, and love to everybody, and thank you again for all your support. We'll check in with you soon. Okay, take care, and you have a wonderful day. Thank you.